everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make the most delicious creamy chicken pasta that you've ever had. Okay, it's very simple to make. You don't need a lot of ingredients. Let's go over the ingredients right now. We need paprika, we're going to need spinach, we're going to need pasta any kind, whichever is your favorite. We're going to need the chicken tenderloins. We're going to need butter, okay, Italian seasoning, salt, pepper, and the heavy whipping cream, okay. We're also going to need olive oil and the grated Parmesan cheese. We're also going to start boiling the water for the pasta. So while the pasta is cooking, we can start working on the other ingredients. Okay, so I always like to season my water with salt and oil so the pasta doesn't stick. Okay, so we're going to boil the water at high heat. Okay, once the water is boiling, we're going to add the pasta. Now on this other pan, so you can use the largest pan that you have available, we're going to turn that to medium high heat. Okay, be generous, don't be shy, okay? So we're going to heat it up. Meanwhile, we're going to go and wash the chicken. Okay, we're going to rinse it out, chicken. I know that it says that you can just use it without washing it, but I like to wash it and wash off the slime. Okay, so now that we're washing it, we're gonna strain it and try to get all the water out. Okay, now we're going to place it on this dish right here, okay, because we're going to add the seasoning. Okay, just make sure you spread it. Okay. Okay, now we're going to season the chicken. We're going to season it on both sides with adding salt. Okay, we're going to add pepper. Okay, we're going to add the paprika. And we're going to add the Italian dressing.
Seasoning.
Now we're going to turn it. And we're going to season the other side. Okay. Okay, so we're going to add salt, paprika. What gives it the flavor is be generous with the Italian seasoning. That's what gives it the flavor. Okay. And we're going to add the pepper. Now that we have seasoned the chicken, we're going to go ahead and bring it to the pan so we can start cooking. Place it on the pan. Just be careful not to burn yourself. And if you want, you can raise the temperature to a medium high heat. While the chicken is cooking, we're going to go ahead and start mincing the garlic. I forgot to mention earlier that you're going to need at least half a bulb of minced garlic. So we're gonna go ahead and start by mincing it right now. Okay, we're gonna crush it and peel it. And then we're going to start mincing it. Okay. And I mean, if you love a lot of garlic, you can add as much as you want. I mean, to me, the more garlic, the better it tastes. So it's up to you. Like I said, you can use half, you can use a whole bulb of garlic. It's up to you. Now, if you'll excuse me for 1 second, we're gonna go ahead and check on the chicken. to see if it's cooked on one side, so we can flip it over. So we're here checking on the chicken, and it looks like it's ready for us to flip it. So we'll go ahead and flip and cook it for another 5 minutes or so. And let me check on the water and see if it's boiling so we can add our pasta. So we'll give it another 2-3 minutes and then we can add the pasta. After mincing the garlic, I noticed that it wasn't going to be enough for my taste. So I went ahead and minced another, I think it was 4 cloves of garlic. So this is the end result. This is going to give the pasta or the dish more flavor. Okay, the water is boiling, so now we're going to add the pasta. Okay, we're going to stir it constantly because we don't want it to stick to the bottom of the pot. Okay, we'll check on it in a few minutes to see the process of the pasta. Okay, so now I have an extra dish right here. I think the chicken is ready, so we're going to go ahead, take it out, set it aside, and we're going to add the garlic. Okay, so here let's add the minced garlic. Okay, and after I add the garlic, we're going to go ahead and add the butter. Okay. I'm going to add 1 cup of butter, so 2 sticks, because they're half a cup each. So let's go ahead and start melting them. With the butter, you have to be careful because if the heat is really hot, you can burn it. So just make sure you stir it. Same with the garlic. You don't want it toasted. You just want it cooked. Okay, so let's just move it around. And we are going to stir the pasta. Like I said, be careful because if you don't do this step, it'll be all mushy and it'll stick to the bottom of the pot. Okay. While the garlic and the pasta are cooking, we're going to go ahead and start slicing the chicken, and we're just gonna let it sit for a while. So we're just going to slice it like this. Okay, and we're going to do that with all the chicken. Okay. We're going to, once we start adding the heavy whipping cream, we're going to cook the chicken or reheat the chicken for another 2-3 minutes or so, just to make sure it's warm by the time all the rest of the ingredients are done. Just stirring the butter, making sure that it's not burning. I'm going to raise the temperature just a little to high heat, if that makes sense. I'm also going to add a little more seasoning and adding more pepper. I'm going to add more of the Italian seasoning, and this is, like I said, this is what gives the dish the flavor, so be generous, don't be shy. I'm also adding more paprika. Paprika is not really that spicy if you're afraid to use it. It just gives it that little that little kick. Okay, so stir it We're also going to check on the pasta. Okay, yes, stir it. It's getting there. And like I said, it depends how you want the pasta. Some people like it al dente, so it's up to your preferences. Okay. You see that the butter is starting to boil, so it'll be time for us to start adding the heavy whipping cream. Like I said, just be careful so it doesn't burn. Okay, let me get my heavy whipping cream and add it. Okay, stir it, because if you don't, it'll stick to the pan. Okay, you see that deliciousness right there? Okay, so we're just going to bring it to a boil and let it thicken. Okay, I had to raise the temperature a little bit because it was taking a long time to boil, but as you can see, it's already boiling. We're just gonna keep stirring it because we don't want it to stick to the bottom of the pan. Also, we have to make sure that to check on the pasta so it doesn't overcook or stick to the bottom of the pan. We're going to let the cream boil for another maybe 2 to 3 minutes. After that, we're going to add the cheese, the grated Parmesan cheese. And like I said, if you love cheese, you can put one of the 8-ounce of Parmesan cheese, but it's up to you. Okay, looks like the pasta is ready to be taken out. So let's go ahead and lower to the lower settings, and let's go ahead and drain the pasta. Just like I said, be careful, don't burn yourself. Let's just drain it, get all the excess water out. We're going to go ahead and add it to the same pot. Okay, we're going to cover it so it stays warm. Oops, I forgot to turn off the stove. Cool. The cream looks like it's ready. We're going to go ahead and add the cheese right now, and let's just get all the cream on the sides. I don't think this is going to be enough. I think I have a quarter of the bottle, so let's go ahead and add it all. I'm just going to stir it, and we're going to add the chicken again. So it warms up, and if it was uncooked, it'll finish cooking, but it was cooked already. Okay, so we're adding the chicken. So like I said, we'll just warm it up or cook the chicken for another 2 minutes. After that, we're going to add the spinach. Okay, so just be careful so you don't splash and get burned. Okay, so just fold the chicken in. Okay, we'll just raise the temperature to medium heat and bring it to a boil, and the sauce will thicken a little more. Okay, see how that's boiling? We'll just keep stirring so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. Okay, and I think it's time for us to add the spinach. I recommend this recipe like if you're trying to impress that special someone, or you know, you're trying to gain points. I can assure you people are going to love this dish. Okay, just be careful who you tell, because I told my friends at work and I said, you know what, let me make you this pasta, and I brought it for one of the girls' birthday, and next thing I know, I'm told to bring this dish for the next potluck. So watch out. But like I said, if you're trying to impress a special someone, this is the way to go. Okay, we'll just go ahead and add the whole, I think I'm using I think it's half a pound of baby spinach. And on the ingredients, I didn't give you guys any exact measurements. Like I said, this is up to you. If you are cooking the sauce and you feel like it needs more Italian seasoning or salt or pepper or paprika, you can add more. It's up to whatever you desire. Okay, so we're cooking the spinach for 2 to 3 minutes, and then we're going to put the pasta in. Okay, this looks that it's almost done, so it's time for us to add the penne pasta. So just be careful not to, hold on, let me stir it and loosen it a little bit because it got stuck. Okay, so make sure not to splash because you don't want to get burned. Okay, and now just fold it in. And we can just make sure that everything is coated with the cream. Okay, so we'll let it on the stove for another 2 to 3 minutes, and then it'll be ready to serve. All right, my friends, this is the finished product. Let me just give it a little taste. Delicious. Okay, you can add a little more Parmesan cheese. You can even add the crushed red pepper flakes, you know, the extra packets that you have after you buy pizza, and the leftovers, you can save them and add them to the pasta. All right, my friends, so I hope you guys learn or enjoy this video.